Good morning. Welcome to the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Saturday, August 27th. We're going to be going over some sports headlines here on YouTube and Twitter. We all live today. So once again, we will send those links out to you if you want to come in through YouTube or Twitter. That will be entirely fine. So let me put that in there. Give me 1 second to give you those links. So I'm going to give you those links right now. Okay, the link is posted for YouTube, and we'll post it for Twitter as well. So let me go ahead and post for Twitter as well. Okay, once again, YouTube and Twitter has the link. So let's go ahead and switch the cameras around, and we'll go over sports headlines. So if you can hear me, let me know. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, sports headlines Saturday, August 27th. Let's see if we got any sound. Make sure we have sound. Let's see if we got any sound. Make sure we have sound. Yeah, so we got sound, so we're good. So once again, let's go over some headlines. Okay, Geno Smith gets the nod for Seattle. He will be the quarterback versus Denver. So that's Coach Carroll. We'll see what he had to say about it.
With the time frames that got messed up for us for Drew he just ran out of time to make it his bid for it. And so I'm clear about that. So I just want to let you know so everybody knows so you don't have to ask about it anymore. Meantime, Drew's got to keep on battling because he can play. And he's got all kinds of stuff in him, and I want him to be ready at the moment's call. And he's going to keep growing, pushing, and developing as a fantastic player, I think. And I have no problem playing with him too. So we're fortunate to have two guys that can.
I say this about Geno Smith. Let me switch my camera so you can see. I'm going to switch cameras so you can see my pretty face. And just switched in. I'm going to say this about Geno Smith. Look, if Geno Smith can progress in his starting role, that will be good because he has a lot of experience. Same thing with Drew Lock. He has a lot of experience. But that was a toss-up between those two individuals, Geno Smith and Drew Lock. So I look at it this way. Look, sure, it might be some sad, it might be some hurt feelings, but the truth of the matter is, it's best for the team. Pete Carroll's doing that for the team. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Okay, let's get back to um, sports headlines. Let's see what we have on this Saturday morning. Okay, once again, final score: Liverpool wins 9-0 over Bournemouth. So that is in today's Premier League game. So that was this morning. So they was just kicking, playing. So once again, that's from Premier League soccer. Okay. Also, let's see. We have Sam Darnold dealing with high ankle sprain. So that was in the preseason game last night against Buffalo. He has a high ankle sprain, so it looks like on that hit right there. So hopefully he will be okay. He will be able to start, but I don't know what's going to happen with Sam Darnold. So this is from ESPN. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, we already talked about Sam Darnold. Oh, why it's coming up the same thing. Also, Jameis Winston, efficient and brief debut for the Saints. Trevor Pinion, Traquan Smith leads hurt. So once again, that's from Kathleen Terrell. So he was 4 for 59 yards. That's not too bad. I'm glad to see him back in mid-season form in for this year. So I think he's going to be okay. I said that last night in my post-game comments. So once again, this is from ESPN. Let's go over to this one right here. This article. Okay, Atlanta Braves Jackson Stevens hits head on a line drive. So this is what happened yesterday in a game against St. Louis. I got the let's pull this tape again. Let's back it up. So I'm gonna back it up a little bit and show you where it happened at. See, it's right over his head, and goes into left field. It's off the for a base hit. So he's going to the hospital for tests. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, that right there, you don't want to get hit in the head. I don't care if you're in little league, high school baseball, or college baseball. That's something you don't want to. That causes a lot of concussions and stuff like that. Also, it can cause death and stuff like that. So once again, this is from ESPN. Let's see what else we have. Okay, Bills. We talked about that yesterday, so we talked about that. We're not going to talk about that. Looks like it's the same news story. Let's see what else we have. Okay, Nicholas Sanders, son of Detroit great Barry Sanders, joins Michigan State basketball team as a walk-on. Looks like he is going to play for the Spartans. He's 5'9", 170. He's from Detroit Country Day High School. So he's the oldest son of Barry Sanders. Played for the Detroit Lions a couple of years ago. So once again, this is from Eric Woodyard. You can reach him at ESPN. Also, let's see what we have. Okay, New York Yankees reliever Lou Trevino scrambles to change after warm up. He had the wrong jersey on, so it looks like that's that was a honest mistake by the young man, but hopefully he will learn his lesson from that. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. So we'll click that out, and we'll see what else we have. Okay, this is from ESPN Plus. 20 college football teams can make the college football playoff. So these are your 20 teams. Most likely will make that cut. It will be Ohio State. They have a chance of 83%. Their chance of winning a national title slim to none. Alabama, same thing. They're at 79%, but I don't think they'll win the national championship. Georgia at so that's at 30%. So that's kind of good right there. So I think that's probably going to happen. Georgia will be at 75%, but their chances to win the national title will be slim to none there. Also, Clemson finishing at 10-3, they make the playoffs 58%. That's a high percentage. Their chances of making the national championship game and winning it, I don't think it's going to happen. Also, Notre Dame, same thing, but they're not going to make a playoff. Also, Michigan at 12-2. Their chances of making playoffs are also not good. Texas 5-7. Oklahoma 11-2. Miami 7-5. No, it's not going to happen for them. It's kind of low. Utah 10-4. Oklahoma State at 12-2. Most likely will not make the playoffs. LSU at 6-7. Last year's record 6-7, but I say that most likely, if everything goes right, that most likely will make the playoffs. Michigan State, also their chances are kind of low. LSU's chances are about 3.5%. Auburn chances is at 2, and Texas A&M at 2.5. Penn State at 7-6. Pitt at 11-3 won't make the playoffs. North Carolina at 1.5%. Also, Kentucky at 1.5% as well. Cincinnati at 1.5%. So that's not good for those college football teams trying to make the playoffs. Okay, let's see what else we have for today. Okay, New Orleans Saints final 53-man projections. Looks like that's going to be good. That's Kathleen Terrell from ESPN. So your quarterbacks will be Andy, Jameis Winston, Andy Dalton. Your running backs will be Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, Dwayne Washington, Tony Jones, and Kurt Merrick. I think he should be on a team as well as the running fifth running back. Also, wide receivers, Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Jarvis Landry, Deontay Hastings, Traquan Smith, Marquez Callaway. They're definitely going to lock in their spots. Also, tight end Troutman, Burnett, Johnson. Also offensive line, Ryan Remshak, Eric McCoy, Andres Pete, Cease Louise, also James Hurst, Trevor Pinion, and also Calvin Thornrock Morton, and also Landon Young. Also, your defensive ends, Cam Jordan will be the lead defensive end. Also, Marcus Davenport, David Amanga, Peyton Turner, Topes, K. Passon, also Carl Grandison, Shy Tuttle, Cavavius Street, and Malcolm Roach. So that's going to be your 9 linebackers. Now you 9 DNs. Now your linebackers will be Davis, Pete Warner, Kadeem Ellis, Nate Sewell, Eric Wilson, and also Aaron Dowell. Also, your cornerbacks will be Marshawn Lattimore, Paulson Adebo, Bradley Roby, and Ashad Taylor. Also, he's Teran Matthews, C.J. Garner Johnson, Mark May, Marcus May, J.T. Gray, and also Daniel Solison. Your specialist, Will Lutz, will be the kicker. Frank Griffin will be the punter. And Zach Woods will be the long snapper. So that is your final 53-man roster for the week 1 versus the that's projections week 1 versus the Atlanta Falcons. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, and college football first weekend of college football. It is Nebraska and Northwestern. No score. That game is on Fox. So no score in that game. Also, the other games next weekend, we'll have Louisiana Tech and Missouri. Southeastern taking on ULL. Tulane taking on UMass. That'll be a 6 o'clock game at Yeoman. Grambling taking on Arkansas State. That'll be next week. That'll be on ESPN2. Southern Miss will take on Liberty. Be a 6 o'clock kickoff, and that will be on ESPN Plus. And then Southern will take on Florida Memorial. That'll be next week's college football, local college football slates. So let's see what else we have for today. Looks like we covered ESPN. So we're going to go over to local sports headlines with Crescent City Sports. Okay, let's go ahead and go over these articles. I'm pulling this article up right now. Give me a second. Okay, once again, Saints impressed against the Chargers, leaving preseason with injuries. So once again, that is unfortunate, but it is what it is. The final stats and game book on the game. So that was in yesterday's ball game. So once again, follow Ken Trahan at Crescent City Sports. He is the CEO of Crescent City Sports. So let's go over to yesterday, Holy Cross defeats Bell Chase 21-7. That was in the Chalmette Jamboree yesterday. That game, moments that mattered. Tigers opened up with opening kickoff. Brandon Kochmeyer had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Also, Cole Quintella had a 11-yard touchdown pass to Kobe Young. Also, Cooper Kubion had a fumble recovery in the first half. Also, Claude Johnson had a punch in from 5 yards out. That was a touchdown. Also, Bell Chase returned an interception for the touchdown. So that was in yesterday's football game. So that was once again, this is from so we're going to give you scores from yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this out. This is from games in the Jamboree. Okay, Shaw defeated Riverdale 49-7. That was in their game. Also, local area Jamborees. Kentwood winning 16-0. It beat winning 19-6. Also in the George Baxter Jamboree at Walker High School, Independence won 12-6. Grace King won 41-26. And also Albany won 14-6. Now in the St. James Jamboree, East St. John wins 44-0. St. James wins 14-7. The West Bank Jamboree, Pat Taylor wins 27-6, and Higgins loses to John Eric 21-6. Also, other scores: Donaldsonville winning 14-6. Helen Cox winning 7-0. Jesuit winning 27-0, and no score in the game between Cy Averson Academy and Fisher. Fisher won 13-0 in the second game. Also, Riverside winning 27-7. That was in Chalmette wins 28-0 in their Jamboree. That was in yesterday's game. Also in the let's see, in the game at Joe Brown Park, Livingston winning 7-6. Booker T. Washington winning 20-12. John Curtis winning 30-6. Kenner winning 28-0. Kenner Discovery winning again 14-6. Haynes Academy winning 8-0. Also in the Laranja Jamboree at Strawberry Stadium, Jules Sumner win 28-7. Laranja and Pine even at 7. Newman winning 20-13. That was in their Jamboree. St. Martin winning 7-3. North Shore Jamboree, Slidell winning 27-0. North Shore winning 34-0. Patterson Jamboree, Covington Christian winning 35-14. Let's see. And South Lafourche Jamboree, Edie White wins 31-7. Winning 13-12. South Plaquemine Jamboree. The Willow School wins 18-6 over Cohen. Bogalusa winning 21-0 over South Plaquemines. And the South Terrebonne Jamboree, Thibodeau wins 28-14, and South Terrebonne wins 24-3. Also in the St. Tammany Parish Jamboree, Fontainebleau winning 14-0. Mandeville winning 35-0. And Salmon winning 20-7. Also in the other jamborees, Rumble winning 21-10 over St. Paul. Central Catholic winning 37-0. DeSoto, Texas winning 35-10 over John St. Aug. Also, Destrehan winning 28-10. St. Charles Catholic winning 24-0. Pope John Paul II winning 41-8. And also Santa Marta winning 14-10. Our jamborees this evening. Andrew taking on McDonough. John F. Kennedy taking on Carr. And also McMain taking on Warren Easton. Also, let's see what else we have. Looks like I think we covered most of the jamborees. So once again, follow Ken Trahan at Crescent City Sports. He is the he's best in the bit. Okay, St. Charles Catholic shows Metter and shutting out Ponchatoula. So that was in yesterday's football game in the Jamboree. So once again, that's from Crescent City Sports. So let's show you some highlights from that game last night. So let's go ahead and
they started at
being the highlights.
Moved it up varsity only. Ponchatoula. Trey Willie against the St. Charles Catholic Comets. Put them on. Get them started.
I don't know why it's buffering.
It's going to hit Shamar Scott. Now, scramble. Going to have the shot. Monica's going to.
I don't know why they're buffering.
The drive does stall, but St. Charles settles for.
I don't know why it's buffering.
Polito.
I'm going to reset it, restart it. Second. Apologize, it's having a lot of issues with buffering. So I'm going to have to reset it. Sorry about that. So we're going to restart it. So apologize. Let's see if we can restart it again because it's starting to buffer a lot.
They started at 6 o'clock. Moved to varsity only. Ponchatoula. Trey Willie against the St. Charles Catholic Comets. Aiden Audemont gets them started.
Audemont is back from last year, and he's running that option just as well as he did. He's going to hit Shamar Scott for a nice game. Now, Audemont this time is.
I don't know what's going on.
Then Monica game. From scoring because the drive does still go.
So they kick
Tyler 3-0 lead.
Ponchatoula going for it on fourth down. Rayshawn Hilaire with the sack for St. Charles Catholic. And then.
Okay, once again, we apologize. We're having some issues with the stream, so I apologize with that. So once again, this is from last night's game. So I will post this on my Twitter. So if you want to see the highlights, I'll put them in there. So let me go ahead and put them in there for you. So give me 1 second. I'll post them. I'll post them on my site, Twitter, which is Sports Talk. Go over there because he's once again we're having problems getting the streams rolling properly and efficient. Sorry about that. Okay, that's it. We're going to go over to the Twitters. So we're going to go over Twitters and see what's happening in the Twitter world. And then we'll wrap up. Okay, in the Twitter world, let's see what's happening. Most unbelievable sports records that they're discussing on Twitter. That's from FTA Sports. Follow them at FTA Sports. Also, let's see. Prep defeats Heritage Academy 55-7. Also, the Sporting Goods All-American Classic. That's the young man swinging the bat. That's one of the college recruits from Perfect Games. Follow him at Perfect Game. Okay, once again, this is from SMY, talking about the Mets win last night. Also, 1 week away from Nichols cross country, they will take on UNO. That'll be the opener for their cross country team. So this is the first sack of the season by Ashley Williams. Follow him at Ashley L. Williams. Also, let's see what else we have. Okay, Raiders are expected to release or trade the 2021 pick for Alex Leavenwood. So it looks like he is going to be going to another team or something like that. Okay, we'll see what else. Okay, this is the One Giant podcast. You can follow them at One Giant Podcast. Also building a lineup from 1960 to 2010. So that's what they're talking about, building a lineup. See what else we got. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so Chad Holmgren is out for the season, so it looks like he will not be playing in this year's NBA season. So it looks like their number one pick is going down the tubes. It's from Hoop Rumors. Okay, also, top 10 college basketball games for 2022 and 23. Number one is Stanford taking on Kentucky. Duke taking on Kansas. Gonzaga, excuse me. Gonzaga taking on Baylor. Creighton taking on Texas. Kansas taking on Kentucky. Indiana taking on North Carolina. Baylor taking on Arkansas. Also, Houston taking on Kenya. Kentucky taking on UCLA. And also Michigan taking on Kentucky. So once again, this is from Parker Hardman. You can follow him at Parker Hardman. Also, Russell Westbrook back at work at the Lakers facility. Also, let's see what else we have. Okay, Aiden Grab will be the new commitment to ULL. Also, Warren Sharp How many picks would Drew Lock throw in 2022 season? That's what he's asking. Also, Florida State has another player that's Tim Pickens. He is going to the Hall of Fame in Florida State. Congratulations. See what else we have. All right. I think. Let's see what else we have on the Twitters. Must see if I can pull up the F and F videos. I'm gonna see if I can pull them up. F. On Twitter. Sorry about the last one. The last one was buffering really bad. So F and F page, follow them at F and F. Okay, this is one of the games from all the games from yesterday. I don't know if I can run these. I'm gonna see if I can try to run these. These videos might be a little. I think we have them. So. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, this concludes today's Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Saturday, August 27th. We'll be back on again tomorrow for another edition. So once again, you can join us on YouTube. Hopefully we get Facebook back. So we get Facebook back, well, you can join us on there as well. So once again, everybody have a good rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you tomorrow.